Friends, my wife and I, we are very happy that we are here with you. I am aware that your Rotary Club has been doing yeoman service to the movement of vocational education and training. I do believe that in this context, my short oral presentation on the subject theme is relevant. I have preached and also practiced human resource development. I know that practicing is much more difficult than preaching. Let us understand history for a minute. There was a past and there will be a future. In between we have the present. In Hindi, Kal refers to past. Kal again refers to the future. And Aaj Kal presents. In his immortal poem, Shakuntalam, Kalidasa has said, yesterday is but a dream, tomorrow is only a vision. But today, well lived, makes every yesterday a dream of happiness. And every tomorrow a vision of hope. His story, I am very particular to say that, is a mirror to the past and a gate to the future. It is like the rear view mirror in your cars. Those who forget history will be ordained by the Almighty to relive history. So let us not forget history. Let us cherish it. The Janus, the Roman god at the gate of paradise, is supposed to have two faces, one looking forward, one looking rearward. That is very important. Looking back, our country was a really great country. Make no mistake about it. Indian civilization had very sophisticated skills and technologies. Mythologies and legends were plenty. Chariots in the sky. The Pushpaka Vimana. I am an aerospace guy, I want to mention. 11th century AD, we had a document called Yukti Kalpataru, in which Vimanas, airplanes were described. At the same time, in a document called Samarangana Sutradhara, one complete chapter is there on flying machines, which has been fully authenticated by leading intellectuals and researchers, not only in India, but abroad. One more example, investment costing for gas turbines. We are now begging Uncle Sam, and the Panchaloha Vigrahas made during the Chera Chola dynasties are all based on this technology of investment costing. Unfortunately, today we have developed the skills to smuggle all these Vigrahas abroad. भारत का हालत कैसा है? कुछ लोग हवा में हैं, कुछ लोग हवाला में हैं, और कुछ लोग हवालात में बैठे हैं. Vigrahas are now very busy in the air. They are reaching their destinations abroad. And people who are doing it are in the Hawala, and I am sure they will end up in the Hawalat. Now, 1947, 15th August, is Jana Gana Mana, Janda Ucha Re Hamara, Ado Me, Padu Me. 112 years before that, on 2nd February 1835, the gentleman called Macaulay, who gave an address to British Parliament on 2nd February 1835. I read the passage, I quote, I have travelled across the length and breadth of India. I have not seen one person who is a beggar and one person who is a thief. Such wealth I have seen in this country, such high moral values, people of such a caliber that I do not think we would ever conquer this country unless we break the very backbone of this nation, which is our spiritual and cultural heritage. Therefore, I propose, to quote Lord Macaulay, I propose that we replace India's old and ancient educational system, emphasizing skill development and our culture. If the Indians think that all that is foreign, Videshi, and English is good and greater than their own, they will lose their self-esteem, Suyamariyade, their native culture, and they will become what we want them to become as citizens of a truly dominated nation. Macaulay's system of education was brought in and that killed all the skill development in this country. Let us think of India today. Vast, complex country, where more than 80% of the people live in more than 5 lakh villages. At least 30% of the people are below the poverty line. There is massive unemployment. Still, unemployable youth are produced left and right by the universities, especially in the recent years in the field of engineering, which should emphasize on creativity. Education and degrees are becoming irrelevant, to quote some of the corporates. There is a dire need for skill-oriented education, interlaced with good training, self-employment and entrepreneurial skills have to be enhanced. All these are stupendous tasks. And we have to ask this question at this point of time. Ask me a good question is a virtue. Are wrong persons leading wrong persons using wrong tools for wrong jobs? That is the question we have to ask today. Why HRD is not what it should be in India? Why it is so? Story of the 4 buddies. There is Mr. Everybody, Mr. Somebody, Mr. Anybody and Mr. Nobody. All the humans can be categorized in these 4 categories. There was an important job to be done, shall we say skills development. There was an important job to be done. Everybody was asked to do it. Everybody was sure that somebody would do it. Anybody could have done it, but nobody did it. Somebody got angry about it. Because it was everybody's job, everybody thought that anybody could do it, but nobody realized that everybody would not do it. Finally, it ended up that everybody blamed somebody when actually nobody asked anybody. This is the state of affairs. Now, still there are happy silver linings. NSDC of the Government of India, the National Skill Development Corporation. I saw the newsletter of November 2012, the recent newsletter. It mentions that 62 training projects have been approved, 18 sector skill councils have been approved, 2,85,578 persons have been trained. Out of these, 2,16,725 persons have been duly placed in good jobs. Really a good silver lining. One more silver lining. News item in the Hindu dated 3rd December 2012. The CII, the Confederation of Indian Industry, has urged the government of Tamil Nadu to set up a vocational university to facilitate vertical mobility of students opting for vocational education. It's an extremely right step to bridge the gap between the demand and supply of skilled workers. I believe in the next 5 years, the skilled workforce demand for industries in Tamil Nadu alone will be around 68 lakhs. Switzerland and many other foreign countries, European countries especially, already have started vocational universities. But a word of caution. See, we have got a wonderful way of going for quantity instead of quality. We should be very careful about it. Quantity doesn't mean anything. HRD in India. Now let me just 1 or 2 minutes. Vocational education and training continue to be neglected in our country, including a telephone operator. You know how a telephone operator behaves in a corporate world and how it behaves in a government sector. You all know it. View of the employers today. Higher education in India has become irrelevant to the real needs of the economy. That's what they feel. Education is effective, please note, education is effective only when it is linked to economic needs, especially employability. In India, there is overemphasis on liberal education and underemphasis on vocational education and training. There is an artificial pressure for liberal education far beyond what the economy needs and far beyond what the economy can support. In India today, education is being imported with no relevance to the future careers of students. That's where industry, institute, interaction, the beautiful partnership, absolutely necessary. Industries and the academia have to get together, keep together, and work together, and out of the box thinking is very much needed in this regard. Looking at vocational education, what is required today? Spirit of inquiry, initiative, scientific temper, manual dexterity, extremely good to the Indians, conceptual clarity. And we should remember, any new idea or initiative we induct should have internal consistency, cost effectiveness and implementability. HRD in totality, my dear friends, in totality. Development comes from knowledge interlaced with skills. In the past in India, there was a traditional attitude to bifurcate knowledge and skills. Yes. But today, both need to be integrated. Otherwise, human resource development will remain as a ritual. But proper HRD is a crucial area of investment. You can't get away from it. And for national development and for the very survival of this country. Today we have got two factors, globalization, privatization. You can't get away from that. It is very important to appreciate this. Generally it is said, higher the qualification, less is the common sense. There was a question asked how to get milk from green grass. How to get milk from green grass. Mathematician, physicists, all fellows gave wonderful explanations. A good management expert said, put a cow in between. As simple as that. If you don't like a cow, put a buffalo if you want. Now let's go into the nuances of the education. Education has got 4 steps. Bring up, not stopping with bring forth. The only recreation in this country being procreation. Everybody is very busy with that. We must understand bringing up is more important than bringing forth. Giving systematic instruction, providing schooling for the kids, providing training, both intellectual and moral, and developing character and mental powers. Therefore, we hunt for the knowledge, we recognize the knowledge, we value the knowledge, and we use the knowledge. And when you talk of use, disuse is better than misuse. Today, I feel that computer is being misused totally. Phishing, P-H-I-S-H-I-N-G. I think India is becoming number 1. Right now, it was number 3. Nigeria, China and India. Now I believe India is beating China out of this. Now, talking of vocation, we are all extremely good in vacation. Vacation is the fixed period of stopping the work. Summa irupada sugam. That is our national trade. Okay, it is not vacation, it is vocation. Profession, trade, employment, occupation, career, sense of fitness and divine call, work is worship. Sayim Thorile Dev. In short, what is vocational education, my dear friends? Education designed to prepare skilled personnel at lower levels of qualifications for one or more groups of occupations, trades or jobs relevant to the needs of the society. Relevant. Today is the 130th birth anniversary of the Tamil firebrand Subramanya Bharatiya. He has given a nice description of vocational education. He has given a beautiful song, small couplet. வயிற்றுக்கு சோறுடல் வேண்டும் இங்கு வாழும் மனிதருக்கெல்லாம் பயிற்சி பல கல்வி தந்து இந்த பாறை உயர்த்திட வேண்டும். பயிற்சி means training. பல கல்வி means multi-dimensional education. Villages, multi-purpose education, professional education is needed in villages. India needs this பாறை உயர்த்திட வேண்டும், பார உயர்த்திட வேண்டும். Bar. Tremendous effort is going on in Tasmak and other things. Talking of industry and bonus, etc. God bless them. Knowledge versus skill. This is the issue now. We are talking of knowledge society. People are so much emphasizing as if none of us had any knowledge in this country. That's what we are saying now. The present system of education mainly concentrates on imparting only knowledge. But ability is different from knowledge. Ability comes out of one's capacity for application of knowledge. So let us find a word called performability. Performance plus ability. Vocational education should enhance performability. Now we have the vocational education, the human resource development. Mr. Madhu has told me 20 minutes because he knows the professors want to hear their own voices. Mr. Madhu knows very clearly. Once you let a professor in, he wants to hear his own voice. I'm very careful about it. And I also worked on 2020. Technology Vision 2020. 20 is very important. 20 is the score. 20 is the score. Human resource development, we have personal development, economic development, social development, political development, cultural development. All these are multiple but interdependent goals of education. But in India, we need to have integrated programs. But there are two constraints. Unity within diversity. Ours is a very peculiar country, very bad. Mobility, at least inside India, if not abroad, we are becoming strangers in our own state. Where's the national mobility? It's a wonderful thing. The above is the essence of vocational education. The system of education in totality, my dear friends, should integrate knowledge and skills, I told you, innovation, self-confidence, awareness of environment, very important, appreciation of dignity of labor, emphasis on hard work, stress on time consciousness, because time in India is immemorial, and process know it, and others who deal with process know it better. Education plus skill formation will alone go to high productivity, because any work or experience program, whatever it is manual work and intellectual work. Both sides are important. Both sides are important. And education should reach the society only through vocational education. Therefore, vocationalization of education is for the society at large. The base on educational foundation, with the first floor and vocational dimension, then the upper floors, production function and employment function. Both are extremely important. Advantages are, yes, provides resilience. Vocational education provides resilience. Mechanical engineers, we know that resilience is strain energy density and fracture. In aerospace, we say not save life, but fail safe. Fail safe means if you have to employ X members of the same family, at what age should you superannuate those fellows, so none of them will die before retirement? A $1 million question. That's what you do. Therefore, you must develop self-confident individuals. Develop self-reliance. Tanniraivu alla, tarcharbu, not self-sufficiency. Develops consciousness of environment. Increases manual dexterity. We guys can sit before the vada elai, put rice and eat rasam sadam without tearing the leaves. No foreigner can do it. But we use all our dexterity only for that. Can you do something else using that manual dexterity? We are wonderful. Put a foreigner over there, he immediately tear the leaf and all rasam will go to next fellow's plate. And we are so rich we throw our plates after every meal. That is India. Imbibes dignity of labor, develops creativity, innovation, brings out the aptitudes of individual, not attitude, aptitude. To sum up, my dear friends, vocational education meets the massive challenge of unemployment, reduces unnecessary overcrowding in higher education, results in competent professional human power, raises the productivity and economic growth of the country. Very, very important. But in India, we have some major bottlenecks. Cultural prejudice towards skill-oriented education. That's our main problem. Paucity of trained teachers for vocational education. Lack of reliable models for assessment of manpower requirement. Fear of self-employment. Fear of self-employment. Lack of vertical mobility to professional general higher education, as it happens abroad. Nobody does a PhD abroad and then goes to work. They join the industry. Simultaneously do it. Everything is parallel. There is nothing called sequential. With this positive note, I conclude, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much.